Hi, I'm Emily Driscoll. I'm the nursery manager at Carolina Native Nursery. Thanks for watching the third and final video in our three-part series on growing native azaleas from seed. In this video, we're going to show you how we transplant the seedling azaleas into 18-cell trays, and we'll talk a little bit about our continuing maintenance as they grow.
In the last video, we showed our weekly maintenance schedule for young seedlings. We keep to this schedule from seed germination in late November or early December until we begin to transplant in March and April. We used root maker flats of 18 filled to the brim with a fast-draining pine bark-based medium. The root maker design encourages root branching and helps to keep plants from becoming root-bound. At the time of transplanting in March and April, azalea seedlings will be about 1.5 to 3 inches tall with something like 4 to 6 true leaves. The seedlings are gently separated from their neighbors in the community flat with lots of care to keep the roots intact. When the seedling is inserted into a cell, the root should point straight down and not bend to make a J shape. Seedlings should be planted low enough that they can stand up on their own, but not so deep that the moisture of the medium can begin to rot the stem. After transplanting, we sprinkle 20 grams of an acid-forming controlled-release fertilizer over the flat, being careful to distribute the prills evenly over all the cells. Flats are then watered in thoroughly. For the remainder of the season, these flats stay in a propagation house with a poly covering, a 30% shade cloth, and adequate ventilation. Their moisture content is carefully monitored. The pine bark medium cannot be allowed to dry out completely or else it can become hydrophobic. If kept too moist, however, moss and liverwort may become a problem on the surface of the medium. The following March, the 18-cell trays are again transplanted to 1-gallon pots. At this stage, it is extremely important to leave the root crown at or slightly above the soil surface. Planting too low will lead to root and crown rot and loss of the plants eventually. We accomplish this task with our seasonal crew on a potting wagon. We top dress the new transplant with 10 grams of controlled-release fertilizer and top that off with 1 inch of rice hulls to keep weed seeds from germinating and to also help reduce the amount of irrigation needed to maintain the crop. In addition to controlled-release fertilizer, we do a foliar feed about 3 times a season to keep the plants looking their best. By the following March, our 1-gallon azaleas are ready for their final transplant into a 3-gallon pot. Again, keeping the root crown at the proper level is our top priority. We currently use squat pots, but have also used standard 3 gallons with success. Plants are again topped off with controlled-release fertilizer and rice hulls and should be ready for sale by the fall of this year. That is our method for finishing a 3-gallon native azalea within 3 growing seasons. Thank you for watching, and keep up with Carolina Native Nursery on Facebook for more information.